Summers, welcome to the first ever episode. It's kind of strange to call this episode. We never actually thought about making this a podcast. Actually, originally, this was supposed to be just personal channels doing those unfiltered type recordings where we just talk to the camera and just express our thoughts. But we just thought about it like, whoa, why not we do a podcast? Because that would be much better instead of like separating our work and stuff like that, which of course lends us to this first ever episode of the
Intellectual
Intellectuals
Roundtable.
Roundtable podcast. So welcome. This podcast is just going to be about some improvement related stuff. And the mission of this entire podcast, along with our brand, Intellectualism, you can check this out. It's actually to just spread real self-improvement education to everyone, really just get rid of all the fucking bullshit in the space because this is a lot of crap, honestly. There's a lot of people just trying to sell you shit and just giving a lot of trash, like these 5 tips, hiding a lot of shit behind the paywall and stuff like that. But the point of this podcast and along with our content, we want to build this reputation for just giving everything. We're not gonna hide anything, we're just gonna be as raw as possible. So if you're very interested, you can go check us out at Intellectualism, or you can go check us out at intellectualismofficial.com. That's where you can find our official website. If that's the case, that's that for today's video. Enough of this fucking advertisement type stuff. We are sponsored by Element, stuff like that. Obviously not. That's some Huberman shit. And welcome to the Joe Rogan experience. Obviously not again. Some fucking joke shit, but I think it's so fucking early right now. What time is it right now? I think it's like 5 a.m. for us right now. Just recording this podcast. This is gonna be a daily thing. So guys, be looking forward to this. You guys can really just slide in your AirPods, whether you can listen to this on your way to school, whether you're hitting a gym session. Tune in. Anyways, let's talk about productivity because this is gonna be the theme of today's video, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off. Honestly, it's gonna piss a lot of people off, but it's gonna be like our content. It's gonna be very controversial, but it has to be said. And in a way, it's relatable. So let's go from my topic, right? So I actually told Jenna about this. And actually, I heard this famous quote by Alex Mosey, which I really agree. And that's like, you become productivity through getting shit done. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. And I know it sounds crazy because like, yeah, you get productivity through getting shit done, getting work done. That's a productive hour, right? What do you call a productive hour? A productive hour is an hour when you manage to produce something. That's a productive hour because it's called productivity, which is producing something. But most people just confuse the term productivity with all this goofy shit like, um, oh, I'm productive because I watched like a 2 hour Andrew Huberman video, or I became productive because I was researching this app or some shit. Jinta can actually relate to this a lot because he used to be in that position of just researching all this shit. And I was once that guy as well. I will consider myself productive if I was watching like a fucking educational video on YouTube and stuff like that. But no, you become productive through producing shit. So instead of doing some mental masturbation and patting yourself in the back and say, "Whoa, I've really became a productive person in that 1 hour and stuff like that," really ask yourself, have you done shit? Have you produced shit? If the answer is no, you're not productive. That's just point blank period because you become productive through getting shit done. And most people don't want to accept this fact. Most people just want to fucking run away. And that's why you see a lot of people run away too much until the point where the task piles up and they just fucking quit. So, Jenny, do you have any thoughts on that? Because I see a lot of people, they try to be productive every single day instead of actually getting shit done. Like, for example, sitting down and actually studying for that test that you've always been procrastinating for, or just starting to record that first ever YouTube video. Everyone, I just see them procrastinating, mental masturbation. Like, oh, wait, before I do that, I need to learn how to be more productive first. I need to learn it. I keep hearing this shit. I need to learn, I need to learn, I need to learn. I don't know who the fuck told you that you need to learn how to be productive, but I'm gonna tell you today that you become productive through doing shit. You don't be productive through learning another fucking human 2 hour video. You get I'm not against human, by the way. I believe his videos are amazing, but
His
there
videos are
comes a
amazing.
point where you have to do shit, bro. You can't just learn. Like, bro, again, knowledge is not power. Knowledge when applied is power. I know that's fucking cringy, but it's true. If you don't fucking apply your shit, if you don't do shit, you're not gonna fucking be productive. That's just point blank period. But love to hear your thoughts on this because I've been kind of fed up, and this video is just gonna be going after the productivity guys out there. So yeah, that's my point of view at least.
I mean, the thing is, me and Jamie was, and not is anymore, but was for 3 years straight. I think we were just learning. I think Jamie was watching Huberman every day. I was reading books every day. it was getting shit done, but it was not moving us to where we want to go. It's
It was
kind of
not
like
really, it was not really getting shit done. I would say it's like mental masturbation, honestly. That's my honest thought. People think that reading books is productive and shit. You know, people really think that way because the truth is, oh man, I don't really want to. Fine, I'll go there, right? I'll go there, you know, but people's gonna fucking shit on me for this. But dude, the point is, if you read a book and you don't apply it, what's the fucking point of you reading it? Like dead ass. Like dead ass. Unless you're reading like fiction, which I actually do every single night, some kid storybook stuff, but unless you're doing it for those reasons, I don't see the point of reading, bro. Like, I don't get it, you know? Personally, if I'm reading a book, I'm reading to apply, like these days at least. In the past, I used to keep reading because I heard everyone saying like,
same.
"Whoa, if you read, you become more smarter." You know, actually, that's one of the things that you get pushed on by a lot of parents and stuff. It's like when you read, you get smarter and stuff like that. But dude, it's just fucking mental masturbation, in my opinion. Just wasting time from avoiding to do what's actually difficult, what you need to do. Because what they don't tell you behind and what the reality is most people they read books and shit but they avoid doing the hard work itself, which was actually us for many, many years. We were reading books, thinking we were productive, but the truth is we needed to do, you know, the website, the landing page, the video, the sales video, stuff like that. We tried to use reading books as an excuse, and I don't want you guys to be doing that. But you know, what's your thought on this? Because man, when you talk about books, I'm like, fuck, man. There's a lot of people these days, they always like um take a photo of atomic habits or some shit like, oh, I'm getting shit done. Like, bro, you're not getting shit done. Like, have you actually start building good habits yet? No? Then what the fuck are you doing, bro? You know what I mean? But who the fuck cares if you read 100 books a year, right? If you haven't applied any of them. So stop doing that shit and actually doing shit and actually do shit.
A good rule of thumb is, I would say, because they will probably think they're probably just like me, like, but I need to read this one book first before I start. A good rule of thumb I notice is, if you have not watched the constraint video, no, I mean the how to become the greatest of all time and anything, watch that because I'll be talking about it in a simplified way now.
Oh yeah. By the way, for those guys who are like listening, you're just curious, you don't even know what the fuck that is. Like, what the fuck is the greatest of all time? You can go check us out. It's Intellectualism Official. No, actually Intellectualism at YouTube. You can find us there. I don't know if Spotify or where the fuck this is gonna be, but just search it out. Intellectualism at YouTube. You can find our YouTube channel, and we actually made like a full length guide. Like literally, just think of like Huberman doing his 2 hour like focus lecture and stuff. We literally did something like that. Low dopamine, no edits, like no random ads. You know, Human has all these ads like this video is sponsored by Element, you know, or some shit that there's none of that over there, no ads, it's just pure gold. And you guys can go check that out because we basically made like a really like a what 40-minute video on just breaking it down on how you can rapidly grow fast at anything. So if that's something that you're interested in and what Junta actually mentioned earlier, go search up intellectualism. That's INTELLECTUALISM at YouTube. I think I spelled it right, but yeah, go search it up, guys.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I think I
But
did actually. Yeah, that's
yeah.
good.
But I was talking about how you should only read one book on the constraint. What I mean is, you're trying to move your business or you're trying to move something, but
Mhm.
there's something that keeps being stuck on you. For example, your organizing skills is fucking horrible and it's literally taking over like 10 hours. That's actually me. At one point, I was literally taking half the day just trying to find tasks, not even doing anything. And during that time, I went to read and study GTD for one whole week. And right after that, I actually had no more problems anymore. I actually applied them. I mean, that's why I studied for one week because the book is complicated. And then I used them and deconstruct my system. And I managed to still get shit done right after that. So that is getting shit done. But if I go and read another book on productivity, that is not getting shit done. That's just me,
Yeah.
like what Jimmy said, mental
Basically, just
masturbating.
read books on problems that you need to solve right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point of you reading? For example, I will justify that by the way. If you're reading that, I wouldn't even call that a waste of time. You're actually investing your time to solve a solution. For example, your business has a constraint of like getting leads, for example. 100 million leads, reading 100 million leads is actually productive because you're trying to solve a problem. Or for example, you have a real problem with staying focused, right? Like actually, no bullshit, you actually have a problem with staying focused. It's not some mental masturbation shit. And you know this, you and I know if you're mental masturbating or not. you actually have a problem with focus, go pick up some books on focus and actually learn and apply them. Yes, that's how you're supposed to read. It's like what Jinder say, books on the constraint. What is really holding you back? And the constraint being the bottleneck. Like what's directly standing in the way, the obstacle standing in the way between you and your problems. But I think that's it. I think I covered everything I need to cover for you become productive through getting shit done. The TLDR is you want to be productive, bro. You want to be the most productive version you've ever been. You want to have the most productive morning routine, whatever they say, like the best morning routine. I think that's all garbage because it's complete subjective. Someone's different, someone's situation may be different. Some guy may be going to school, some guy may be like going to work. Some guy may be like just not even working at all, just working at home. Everyone's circumstances is different. So there's no such thing as the best morning routine for productivity. You want to be productive, bro? You be productive through getting shit done and actually moving the needle of your life and actually solving the constraint of your life, the bottleneck of your business or whatever that you're doing right now. That's how you become productive, through doing shit, not consuming shit, but doing shit, right? You want to know a good rule of thumb? Ask yourself every hour, did I produce something? If you produce something, great. That's a productive hour. That's it. As simple as that. Anyone that tells you otherwise, they're trying to sell you something, they're trying to sell you a $2,000 productivity course, whatever. None of that here, as I mentioned. We're going to give you everything for free. And that's how you can determine if you have a productive hour or if you want to know if you had a productive day. Ask yourself, did I get shit done? Answer is yes. Good. You have a productive day. Done.
So I think now we are moving next to the next topic, which is our problem with productivity hacks and tips. I, I think I could start with this. I
Yeah, you
think
can
the
start.
most obvious one is what I like to call the numbers game. A lot of people, I mean, if you're on the YouTube space, productivity space, you've probably seen this. I work for 12 hours a day. Or even one guy, I work 16 hours a day. I'm like, Jamie told me that once. I'm like, fuck, you mean my 16 hours a day? That's fucking impossible.
Or
You think this?
the 21 hour a day guy.
There's a 21 hour. Okay. Well, whatever you see over there, it's all fake because
It's
no one can
fake.
actually.
It's
Hmm?
actually fake. Like, okay, just to add on to your point, I'm so sorry to cut him off. But like, those fucking Gary V, I'm working more than you. Like, I think I saw a clip in a very long past. I think he was talking with like Grant Cardone or something. And he was like, I'm working more than you. I'm working 18 hours non-stop, all that shit. All that fucking bullshit. But we hate to break it to you, that's nonsense. Anyone that tells you that they're working for 12 hours straight, with no breaks in between, or all these bullshit 18 hours, 21 hours straight, no resting. Like they're on the computer laser focus is either A, he's not getting much shit done because he's exhausted and his mind is all over the place and technically he's still working, or B, he's fucking lying to you because that's not fucking possible. No one in this fucking world is able to work for 12 or no, actually 12 is possible. 18 plus hours, all these ridiculous hours straight without any fucking breaks for a prolonged amount of time without burning out. That's just facts. Facts. Point blank period. Virginia, please continue.
Or C, they might just be on fucking drugs.
Oh yeah, that's actually one thing that they don't tell you actually. Um, I think I had a mentor in the past. Mentor, I think this guy's kind of falling off of it. You get what I mean? I had a mentor in the past, and he was basically telling me the secrets of like productivity, right? And one thing that I actually didn't know about many people in like this whole productivity space is they were telling me that people in Silicon Valley, where it was like really hustle culture, everyone wanted to get more shit done, productivity and stuff. Like they were actually like taking like drugs, like actually like over the top prescription drugs. I think it was called like Modafinil or something. I don't know the name of it, but they're using like drugs to like enhance their focus. Like they're taking like ADHD drugs or like what's that? The light shit? What's the light shit?
The
The
light
light,
shit.
yeah, the light fucking I don't know, that was like a it's similar to like ADHD or something, but they're like taking those kind of prescription drugs in order to like increase their focus and stuff like that. So yeah, it's actually a possible chance that those people that you're watching are on those fucking prescription drugs because it's actually quite more common than you think because most people they're like overworked and stuff and they want to get more shit done and they just pop a pill and stuff like that, which obviously is not what we recommend and we are very against those kind of stuff. And we kind of like joked about it in the past, like, oh, Junior, you want to fucking go to get to Japan faster? You want to go grind? Let's go get on those drugs and shit. But obviously we didn't fucking do it because it's just ridiculous. We always put our health above everything else. And you should too. You shouldn't sacrifice your health just for a little bit more work, like sacrificing your sleep or taking this magic pill or some bullshit like that. Like, don't fucking do any of that, guys. Never take shortcuts because you end up in the shortcut. But yeah,
If you
yeah,
huh?
yeah,
If you
just
want to
continue.
see a modern real life example of a guy on drugs trying to get more productive done, go search up Ali on YouTube and you're gonna see a real life example of who the hell's on drugs telling you to increase your focus and all that. You're gonna hear a guy talking about blue potions and shit. Yeah, go search him out. You'll see what we're talking about, you know? If you want a real life example.
I mean, biohacking is shit. I get it. I get biohacking. Biohacking cool, but biohacking is based on natural stuff, for what I'm believing. Obviously supplements are
Yeah.
natural. Consider supplements as natural as their true natural resources. But if you're taking like over the top counter prescription drugs, like all these um drugs to really solve ADHD or any of these like real life problems, because ADHD, you have to know that attention deficit disorder, I think it's called ADHD or something. Like they have problems focusing. It's literally like an actual medical problem. And if you're like abusing that prescription just so they can focus more, get more shit done, like yes, they will tell you there's no side effect. Oh, the only side effect is you will get dehydrated. That's one of the symptoms I heard from that drug I was talking about earlier. They were saying like there's no side effect, no side effect, but really, bro, is there really no side effects? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's either all of these options. The people that you're watching is either on fucking drugs, which is actually more likely than you think. They're lying to you. They're just sitting there, shallow working. They're just like checking their phones and shit. Or B, they're just point blank lying to you because people have breaks in between. They go and eat. They go and take a shit. They go and piss. They go for a walk or some shit. Like
Yeah.
a 12-hour complete work day is not a 12-hour complete work day. There's rest in between because you're a fucking human, unless drugging or any of that bullshit, right? But yeah, Jin, please continue.
And I think there's another productivity hack, which oh no, not productivity hack. This is probably heard of. You probably heard of this from maybe Alex Hormozy, maybe Gary Vee, probably more from Gary Vee, where they tell you to just sleep 6 hours and just grind every other day.
I don't think Alex Hormozy preaches that. I don't think he does, but
Wait, it doesn't?
he doesn't. He mainly just says like, if I get 4 hours of sleep, I'll still get shit done. That's what
Oh
he's
yeah.
saying. I
All
don't
right,
know.
that makes sense then.
Gary V, I don't know, man. You tell me, because I've not really been up with Gary V. I don't even know where Gary V is these days,
I mean,
man.
I used to watch him a lot, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's Gary Vee or someone else, but I've heard of it in the productivity space, or you might have heard of the billionaire morning routine or something along the lines, where you just sleep for 6 hours and they tell you to just grind all the other day. They said they need 8 hours of sleep, but we need 6 hours or whatever crap they say. And it's like a challenge to who can who can sleep lesser and get more shit done. I was that guy for a long time. After 3 days, I could not wake up anymore. It's like, dude, life is already hard. Why make it harder by, sleeping 4 hours or 6 hours and you can't even get off your bed anymore because it's so damn tiring.
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people actually like they don't take sleep seriously, especially like those grinders or like people who go to school in general. Like I don't understand because sleep is so important, especially if you're working at such a capacity like that. You need to sleep. For us, we grind. Yes, we grind hard. We grind like don't know, fucking like 12 hours. We actually grind. Like when we wake up, we grind. Like right now, we're grinding. But when we rest hard. And that's what you need to be doing. If you're working at such a high capacity and you really just self-sabotage and really take away that fucking rest that you need, you're gonna fucking burn out, bro. Deadass. I actually just burned out because I wasn't taking my rest seriously. And that was a lesson for me to actually start taking my sleep more seriously, which I did. So those guys listening out there, you want to get more shit done? Sleep more, bro. Like actually deadass. Because when you're working at 8 hours of sleep compared to like 6 hours of sleep, it's literally night and day difference. Can ask Junta,
Dude,
can
it's
ask
night and
myself.
day.
It's just fucking facts. Like you just work much more clearly. You're literally more motivated. You're not fucking low on energy or any of that bullshit. It's none of that. And I actually was seeing this ridiculous Reddit post. Some guy was saying that I only can be productive when I'm sleep deprived. And that's funny
Yeah, I
because I
saw
used
that
to
too.
have, yeah, it's funny because I used to have a friend like that as well. And I told him, like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I just told him that, dude, that's just a learned connection that you made. And you've just trained yourself to be productive when you're sleep deprived. So if there's anyone listening to this podcast right now and you're thinking to yourself, like, oh, I only can be productive when I'm on 4 hours of sleep for some reason. When I'm sleeping 8 hours, I just feel more like relaxed and stuff. It's because you've been training yourself to be doing that shit for like a long amount of time. It's because you train yourself to be productive under those sleep deprivation conditions for a long amount of time. So what you need to do to fix that is to simply sleep more and train yourself again to be productive. trust me, this shit fucking works because I was in that position. I used to train myself to fucking be productive on like 7 hours of sleep and like 7 hours of sleep and stuff like that because I used to be a student and I was listening to all those grind hustle shit. So I was like, 7 hours is like the bare minimum, right? Like, so let me do 7 hours and all that fucking bullshit. And I was productive. But eventually sleep caught up to me. My mood was really shit. I had no appetite. I was having all these like weird health issues until one day I was like, dude, I need to start taking my health seriously. And I started sleeping in. I started feeling like shit because I was like, oh my goodness, man, I feel like trash. It's not 4 a.m. and stuff like that. Eventually, I trained myself, and now I'm at a point where I can actually get shit done when I'm actually like fresh. And that's what you're supposed to do as a fucking human. As a human, you're not supposed to be sleeping for like 6 hours and shit. That's not fucking normal at all. Anyone that tells you otherwise is literally again trying to sell you some bullshit fucking course or whatever. But Jun, anything to add on to that?
I mean, the only thing to add on is, well, to refine our point, what we don't actually work for 12 hours. It's more like 8 hours with a bunch of rest in between. All right. Because 12 hours would also mean that we were working at night as well. So from what I calculated, it's probably around 8 to 9 hours. Definitely not 12. So for those out there thinking that, oh, I suck, man, I can't even work like 12 hours, we're not.
Oh
And
yeah,
many people are not.
that's just another point to add on. A lot of people, including myself in the past, I used to beat myself up because I was like, oh my goodness, these guys are getting 12 hours of work done. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so lazy and stuff like that. But they're not, bro. Like they're actually not. Like dead as they're not. They're having breaks in between and stuff like that. So cut yourself some slack, bro. Like honestly. And if you ever wonder, like, how do I get more shit done? How do I like work for a longer time? It's a trainable skill, bro. Just train it up. Starts with something small like an hour, and then move your way up to like fucking 4 hours. And then eventually 12 hours will be like ease. But you don't want to be playing a numbers game. You don't want to be playing who does the most hours because hours don't fucking matter. Hours is just like a side metric, right? What really matters is how much do you got done? How much how many cold DMs do you send in an hour? How many words do you write in an hour? Like those kind of shit. Those stuff really matter because it's how much you produce, how much videos do you made in that last hour? All that shit, like all stuff like that, right? But yeah, I guess the problem with productivity hacks and tips is a lot of them is just full of shit. It's honestly just my honest opinion on that topic that Juno just gave, my problem with productivity hacks and tips is they're all just full of shit. They're all just really short-term solutions and they're just putting a bandage over like a infected wound, right? What do you think happens when you put a bandage over an infected wound? An infected wound. It gets worse. Bacteria starts to like form on that shit and it probably like doubles, triples. That's the problem with productivity hacks. Is like when you use them, you become more lazy. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but think about it, bro. When you start using bullshit hacks like, oh, people like to call this stupid ass $1 billion bullshit. Like, oh, the 5 second rule. I swear it saved my life. The 5 second rule, bro. Like all this fucking garbage or any of that shit you hear online. The reason why they advertise is because number one, it's fast, it's quick, it's easy, it's nice, it's sexy, it's highly marketable. So people love to see that shit, right? But the truth is it doesn't fix shit, right? The real question you should be fucking asking yourself is why the fuck do I not want to get up? Why am I always fucking laying in bed? Right? That's how you get to the root of the problem by actually asking yourself, why the fuck can I not get up? Instead of using these 5 second rules, because how many times can you use those 5 second rules? There's gonna be some times where you're just in bed and you're just like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you like what the fuck? Like I still can't get up. Whoa, the 5 second rule doesn't work. Why? It's because you haven't treated the problem at its root, right? And like a fucking infected wound, it just multiplies. Just multiplies, it gets worse, right? From being lazy in the afternoon, it's like, oh, the 5 second rule works anyways, and you get over rely on it. And now it happens in the morning, the afternoon, it just gets fucking worse. So you need to actually treat it at its root, right? Really start asking yourself, why am I procrastinating instead of fucking using all these hacks and all these tips? But what do you think about this? Because I had a problem with productivity gurus and hacks for a long ass time because I think they're full of shit. I think they don't solve any problem. They solve it temporarily, yes. And yes, it helps you get shit done in the short term, kind of like coffee. But if you don't fucking fix your sleep, the underlying problem, it will just get worse. It will literally just get worse.
Well, talking specifically about the 5 second rule, I have not much to say because I have not. I mean, I think I tried this 2 years ago and it was working, and I think I stopped for whatever reason. So I don't have much to talk about that. Whether or not it actually works or not, I don't know.
Talking about productivity hacks and tips in general, like
In
all the
general,
shit hacks you see. It's
I
just
mean, those are a lot are just short-term shit. I've been in the productivity space, like I'm saying productivity space. I'm talking about Ali Abdal, Thomas Frank, what's his name? Fucking forgot his name. He's more like a documenter for productivity. I forgot his name, but I've been I've been on that for a couple of years, and going through all of that, I generally don't remember shit. I actually don't remember anything.
that's how
I
you
only
know that
remember
it's fucking useless. That's how you know it's fucking useless. Because I don't even remember them as well. Because I don't use any of that fucking 5 second. And then there's always some new fucking rule every fucking time. Some new YouTuber trying to make a new rule. The EOA fucking rule or some bullshit like that.
yeah,
Not
whatever.
saying that's just something I could think at the top of my head, but that's actually not bullshit. It's from Twitter's overthinking thing. But it's just some random shit they think in their mind. They say, this is the secret to productivity. The fucking I don't know the get out of bed rule or some bullshit like that. Like it's all garbage, bro. Honestly, just some just some kids trying to fucking farm for some more views because yes, it's easily again marketable because it's fast, it's easy, it's attractive, it's some fucking cool ass framework name, but it doesn't fucking work, bro. It works, yes, in the short term because yes, I will give credit to them. It does fucking work in the short term, but if you're not talking about long term, if you really want to stop laying in your bed in the first place, you need to solve the problem at its root cause. Point blank, period. Right? Actually heal that fucking wound, right? And that's what we actually started doing recently, right? We started actually solving the problem at its root cause instead of using all these blockers, especially those fucking porn users, like using blockers, using all these fucking tactical do push-ups when you get an urge and stuff like that. Dude, yes, it works in the short term, but do you want to keep fighting this shit every single day? No, you don't. But you know, what do you have to say about that? Because fucking hell, I always had a problem with all these productivity guru hacks and tips, all this crap, man.
For me, I was more like a zombie the whole time. Though for 3 years, I was in the self-improvement. I don't even know what space I was in. I think I was more like in the productivity space rather because Jamie was the one that was more like in self-improvement space. He knows the Hamza, First Man, all these guys. I don't know who the fuck those guys were. I was like, who the hell is that? Even in my
Yeah,
high school, they
I
were.
think you will know because Judo was more in the productivity space. I was more in like the self-improvement space. Although they're like quite similar, but you know, they still have their own niches and stuff.
I mean, productivity space. There's also another guy, the study guys, the guys who made Remno. I forgot their fucking names.
Yeah, Kendrick Coy.
Kajun Koi Academy. I mean, a lot of their shit is good in terms of delivery, but in terms of practic practicability, what's it called? Applier.
Practicality. I think it's
Yeah,
practical.
I think it's practicality. Not really. Maybe Thomas Frank, he's not even productivity, to be honest. He's more like Notion guy. Or a lot of his videos is more like Notion and some random personal finance shop. He's pretty good in terms of Notion. I learned a lot from this guy. But in terms of productivity, Ali Abdal, Kaji Koi Academy, all that, a lot of their shit is generally just from either created it and they don't really use it, or number two, it's mainly just from books. I know this a lot. Like Kaji Koi, I remember I saw this 5 minute rule. I think a lot of people talk about this 5 minute rule. I'm not sure if it's from Atomic Habits or is it from no, I think no, it's definitely from Atomic Habits. They talk about this 5 minute rule where you just get started, I don't know, to beat procrastination or some shit. And they'll put like some video title. I think it's Kajun Kwai Academy, how to overcome procrastination every time or some
Yeah,
shit.
they just use
And then
like
the
a
5 minute
really
rule.
attractive title. And the reason why we can speak a lot on this is because prior to this, you guys may not actually know this because intellectualism prior to this was actually called Enhanced Haven. Those OG fans, you guys will know what Enhanced Haven is. And Enhanced Haven is basically like one of those generic channels. We used to do all the 5 tips and stuff. We used to like do all this stuff. And that's why we're doing these kind of like content now is because we realize that doing those kind of 5 tips and stuff, yes, it's attractive, it gets views, but it's not actually helping anyone. Right. And that's why it's our mission right now to actually make real, like real self-improvement content, like the one you're listening to right now, accessible to literally everyone. Everyone got to give it for free. Kind of like human making science accessible to everyone. Like the same fucking shit. Because the world needs more real self-improvement shit. You know, these days it's just a lot of clowns giving all these rules and shit that's not actually helping anyone. It's just a bunch of mental masturbation. It's just entertainment. We're not here to entertain you. I mean, we, in a way, it's entertainment, but we're not. Our primary goal is not here to entertain you, but to educate you, to really teach you what we've learned about self-improvement and what works, what doesn't work, and all that fucking bullshit, right? And yeah, productivity tips and hacks, they are bullshit in my opinion, in my humble opinion, right? You may disagree, you know, you may think that, oh, the 5 second rule really helped me a lot. But yes, bro, it helps. I'm not saying it doesn't, it does help. But if you want to really solve your problem, you need to go to its roots. Point blank period. That's what I started doing in my addictions as well. I stopped using all these fucking blockers, all these hacks and all this shit. I started actually treating it at its root cause and I'm gonna tell you, bro, it's much difficult. It's not as marketable as what they tell you out there.
Yeah.
Because if I told you actually how to quit your addictions, actually how to quit your addictions, you wouldn't click on the video, bro. I promise you that. Compared to a guy doing like a 5-second hack or some shit, like you would click on that. You wouldn't click on my video. So that's why they do it. And I understand, we're playing all this, the game of YouTube or whatever. Sure, they're gonna go play that game. I'm not playing that game. I'm playing the game of actually helping the people, not the algorithm. I don't give a fuck about the algorithm. But yeah, that's honestly point blank period. And how you actually solve these problems is by treating it at its root cause, doing the hard shit like unlearning the bad habits and um actually abstaining from it, really suffering. That's how you fucking go through your addictions, right? And Junta actually made a more detailed course, actually no
On
program on it.
coaching.
It's yeah,
Yeah,
our
program.
coaching kind of stuff. So if that's what you're interested in and you actually have some serious problems with your addiction, you can go check us out at intellectualismofficial.com. You can find us there. I'm not gonna spell it out like I did earlier, but you guys get the point. Yeah, I think that's my problem with productivity hacks and tips. What do you think? Because man, all of those, it's just a lot of, it's just a game, it's just a marketable shit, honestly. I believe it's a marketable shit.
It's definitely a marketable shit.
Yeah, I don't
People,
feel like it's actually helping anyone. I feel like it's just marketable shit. It's helping in a way, but it's not really helping anyone at its root cause. Because yes, it helps fast. That's what people want to see these days. People want fast shit. But turns out if you're listening to this or if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever, you're not one of those fast guys. Because if you're able to watch until this point, you're not one of those fast guys. You're those guys that actually are committed to a long pop. And I'm gonna tell you, point blank period, those are bullshit. Facts. Dude, don't even hear it from me. They will tell you, bro. If you ask them behind the curtains, like, yo, does this really work? They'll be like, yeah, it works, but they know. No, I don't have to say anything, they know. But yeah, Jonah, what do you think?
I mean, the whole productive space, not even the whole productive space, the whole YouTube space is all about, it's mainly, not every single channel, of course, but mainly it's all to just hook your attention and really get you to stay there, entertain you, like what Jamie said. This is why they do all this funny edits, right? This is why they do all this flashy stuff.
Yeah,
You
that's
watch
why
Call
we
You
don't
Call
do that.
Academy.
This is why you don't fucking do that, right? And again, I'm not attacking Casual Core Academy, Ali Abdal. I have nothing against them. In fact, keep doing them because they're getting a lot of success from it. Keep doing them because that's their thing. Their mission is completely different from ours. If they want to do that, cool. But I'm just saying, from my point of view, they're just it's just the game of YouTube, and they're playing the game completely fine. But we're not playing the game because we're not playing for the algorithm. We're playing for the people, for you. So yeah, Junna, continue on your point of like the whole space or whatever, because I agree with that point, honestly.
Yeah, the whole space is just there for entertainment because they know that a majority of people on YouTube are not really there to learn, or like what Jamie said, they use learning as an excuse, but they're actually there to just entertain themselves. So a lot of people go there. So, if you're a businessman, right, and you work in a stadium and you notice that 99% of the people in the stadium all want hot dogs. Are you gonna be selling like potatoes? No, you're gonna obviously put a bunch of
Yeah,
hot dogs.
there you go. That's a good analogy, actually. Finally, you give a great analogy. Junna's
Yeah,
usually very bad.
finally.
Junna's actually
Okay.
really bad for analogies, but yeah, continue. I'm not gonna
You
ruin it.
and you put a bunch of hot dogs. Obviously, you're gonna put a bunch of hot dogs because you want to sell as much as possible. And
There
that's
you
the
go.
same for YouTube. They know that 99% of people, or maybe 99.999% of people who go there are there for entertainment. They want to see those dopamine edits so they can feel productive, which is the whole basis of this whole video, is to talk about how that is not being productive. Getting shit done, like what Jamie said, is what makes you productive. So that's why when you go to YouTube, or not even just YouTube, actually, in general knowledge, I think I made a video about this, but I'm just going to talk about it in summary. A bunch of knowledge these days that are usually not paid are just for entertainment. They give you the reason. I think Alex Hormozy talked about this, how there's actually a reason why they do all this 7 steps to become more productive, 5 tips to be more productive. The reason they do that is because there's actually a higher retention rate. Because when you know that there's actually 3 things, you want to know until the end. And if they just say like, I don't know, what would they say? If they say something like just a title, you probably wouldn't watch till the end if there isn't like a progression, like a milestone. Because if there's 7 tips, you're like, oh, I'm in number 3, I'm in number 4, oh, almost until 7. There's a reason why they all do this 7 steps, all this stuff, so that they can hook you and keep you there. And this is something that Alex Hormozy recommended us in, I think, 100 million leads.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not doing that. We're not doing the 7 steps and all that because we know that it's fucking useless in the first place. because you
I
actually don't
mean,
learn
that's
shit.
for a different goal, bro. That's for a different goal. That's for a different kind of like person in this space. We're in this space again to make real self-improvement education accessible to everyone. We're not here to become the biggest Mr. Beast or whatever. Because
Mm,
look at Mr. Beast. His goal is to what, get the most subscribers, fans, whatever. He's done a great job, honestly. He's done a great job. That's his mission, and that's why he has to do those edits and stuff, because he knows that people's attention span is so shit these days, and people are on YouTube to fucking be entertained. And anyone
yes.
that tells you that they're on YouTube to fucking learn, it's all just it's just full of shit, just some mental masturbation shit. Unless you're watching like these kind of videos. I'm not saying this to like, hey guys, like only watch our channel, but if you hear like actually consuming like Huberman, he's an actual great guy. I can vouch for Huberman.
Mm,
He's actually like legit. I think that he's the only guy, honestly. Huberman and maybe like our videos, because I know it. I know in my heart. Some people they will say watch my videos, but they know they're lying. But for me, I actually know in my heart that our content is genuinely valuable. Maybe
yeah.
not these kind of videos, but like intellectualism type videos. These videos is more like something you see for entertainment, or you just listen on your way to work and stuff like that. Because there are some values, but it's just not as valuable as like those videos. So I really believe in our content. That's why I'm preaching it to you guys. But yeah, I think that's about it for productivity, honestly. Like,
Pretty
I
much.
fucking just don't. The word productivity it's just full of shit, bro. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't know, man. Just my honest thoughts. What do you think, Judah?
I mean, it is what it is. They they want to make money. They wanna they want to play the YouTube game. I mean, we of course are not playing the YouTube game. We're catering towards to our audience. I mean, to human, not an AI. And for them, this is this is the business they built. This is the road they chose. So they have no choice. Like if Kajun Koi suddenly makes unedited videos the next day, his views are gonna drop like by 90%. Generally, it's gonna drop by 90%. I
Yeah,
think it
that's
was the
fact.
same for Hamza.
Because they subscribe to you because of your edits, right? So again, this is also another thing for, I guess, YouTubers to really take into consideration is, yeah, you may think that doing all the edits and stuff, they get more views. The titles and thumbnails, they get more views. Yes, certainly they do. But in the long term, when you actually start transitioning into these kind of content, your your true subscribers aren't there. You build an
Yeah.
audience of fake subscribers, and that's something that we've learned when we were doing Enhanced Haven. We used to
Yep.
do all these flashy edits and stuff, and yes, we were getting the numbers. We were getting like, oh, subscribers, all that stuff. We were actually playing the numbers game. We were playing the YouTube game until we realized that when we started publishing videos that we wanted to publish, like these kind of real content, no one will watch them. Literally, no one will watch them,
Actually.
and that's when I realized that shit. The numbers on the screen don't matter, because what we've done over the years, we just build a group of like fake audience. So for those guys, side note, if you want to start like a YouTube channel, start off by actually publishing what you want to publish instead of what the algorithm wants you to publish. Because the truth is, don't play this game of YouTube. My honest opinion, just don't play it. It just takes your soul away, honestly. But hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do. And that's my point of view.
There was even once, we had 300 plus subscribers. Jamie published one of these videos. He got 0 views. Before that, our edited videos was getting thousands of views.
That
Thousands
was
of
true.
views.
Thousands of you, true.
Jamie's video got 0 views. 0 fucking views. We literally were doing all this AI, extremely good looking Kajun Koi Academy Hamza type of thumbnails. A lot of people were clicking, 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 even though the videos are trash. But when Jamie just put like a normal thumbnail or even no thumbnail, nobody clicked it. Nobody clicked. It's not delicious.
It's fucking insane, honestly. You don't want to fucking do that. But I think that's it for productivity. Am I right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for this podcast. First ever episode. That's some congratulations shit. I like this podcast style, honestly. Podcast style is just much better than recording, because you just talk, just have a conversation. You guys enjoy it. And I think next time for our podcast, we're gonna keep it on one theme. I think one theme makes the most sense rather than just
Yeah, yeah.
jumping all over the place. So
Yeah,
for
for
today's
sure.
podcast, is gonna just be starting off with productivity, a lot of calling names and stuff. But for those guys tuning in from Spotify, whatever, Apple Podcast or whatever, thank you guys for tuning in. For you guys on YouTube, you guys can see my face. Thank you guys for watching to the end. And that's pretty much it. If you guys want to know more about us, you can find us at Intellectualism. That's on YouTube. I'm not gonna spell it out again. Or if you're interested in our coaching package on actually coaching you to reinvent yourself, you can go check us out at intellectualismofficial.com for more details, right? And that's pretty much it for today's video. See you guys soon, I guess.
See you guys soon.
Some Joe Rogan shit.